Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my simple, humble home in Livingston, Montana. Okay, for the next few minutes, I'm going to be doing a sit-down review on a tactical knife, a survival knife, done by a company in Idaho, that's the United States of America, called TOPS Knives. They are located in Yukon, U-C-O-N, Idaho, which is actually a suburb of Idaho Falls, Idaho. I've been through that area many, many times. My children were all born in the state of Idaho. I married a gal from the state of Idaho. That's why I know. I've been in Idaho Falls lots of times. Okay, this knife review, if you got something better to do, I'd go do it because that's all I'm going to be talking about for the next few minutes. And the model I'm going to be talking about is an Anaconda 7B that TOPS has been making for quite a few years. And the only reason why I bought this knife, to be quite frank with you, is they had a Christmas special going where they were putting Rocky Mountain tread on the handles. I'll get into that in a second. And they were camouflaging the blades. And they brought back this old model because this is one of their older models. You know, they were building this back 10, 15 years ago or whatever it was, you know, but they had these on a Christmas special for $165, $165 delivered to the door, and that's pretty good considering that this knife is doggone near customized. It's customized enough for me anyway. Okay. Here's the big old box that this thing came in. I had to laugh because this box is actually about 4 inches longer than what it needs to be, but I just wanted to bring your attention to some of the writing on here, some of the text. One life, one knife. That should fit me pretty good. I've actually got way too many knives, but they're mostly hunting knives, ladies and gentlemen. And also, right there, 101% USA, And of course, they've got their company mission statements and all that, and TOPS stands for Tactical Operations. So, they specialize in tactical knives, survival knives, that kind of stuff. Okay, right out the get-go, let me get this out of their hair. This is their 2019 catalog. It's got all their current models in here, but this Anaconda 7B I noticed wasn't in their 2019 catalog, and the reason being is I think that they just brought this back for a Christmas special and on a real decent price too, because normally this knife retails for around $250. I got it for $165, customized, delivered to my door, $165. Of course, there's a little sticker there, and then ownership. Where am I at here? An ownership certificate and the receipt and all that. Okay, that's enough of that. Now, right off the get-go, one of the main things that when I was researching this, one of the main complaints that I was seeing on knife reviews on the internet was this sheath. A lot of people were saying this sheath was, thin, cheaply built, blah, blah, blah. And now, granted, it's not the greatest thing in the world. It's got a couple of cheap Velcro straps right here to hold the knife in. And this plastic liner where the blade goes in here is kind of cheesy. And, it's made out of ballistic nylon, but, it's a little thin, ladies and gentlemen, a little thin, And, of course, there's a whistle hooked on the bottom here. And this is TOPS official. You can see that this is the official sheet that they send out with this. I ain't too big on these whistles, ladies and gentlemen. I know what whistles are for in a survival situation, but I carry firearms, and they make a lot of noise. They make a lot more noise than a whistle does. I don't know what people think about things like that. But so what I did is it took like 3 weeks for TOPS to put this knife together for me. I took them up on their $165 sale, or whatever have you, but I had already knew that this was kind of a crummy, cheap little sheath, so I bought into this company right here called Spec Ops. I got one of their long 8-inch sheaths, and these are made in Texas, I believe. They're made in the United States anyway. I know that for a fact. Well, that's what it states anyway. But here's the sheath right here. Supposed to be a lots better sheath, than the stock sheath that comes with this Anaconda 7B. Okay, and you can see right here, it's got a, right here, you know, you can undo these like this. The reason, the whole idea here is you can put this on your belt without having to take your belt, undo your belt, okay? Simple as that, which was pretty nice. I like that whole idea, and they're adjustable too. This sheath is made in the United States. I think I said that. You can see that right there. Made in the United States. Right here, instead of having cheapy Velcro, you've got a snap here, which is adjustable. Okay. There's a pocket here, like if you want to put a small survival pack or some lighters or, your multi-tool or a sharpening stone or whatever have you. Here's some leggings right here, just deal tie around your leg. What I'm thinking about doing with this pocket right here is putting just a tiny little small survival pack in there. Okay, and so anyway, there's the sheath right there. It's a Spec Ops sheath. It's an 8-inch one. You can get them off of Amazon. This thing will cost you about $50 or so, probably $60 by the time they ship it to the door. You know how they like to screw you with that deal. Okay, let's get rid of that sheath. But I just thought I'd tell you that the stock sheath that does come with this Anaconda 7B isn't specifically too good, in my humble opinion. Okay, here's the knife itself. Okay, like I say, this is a model that they made for many years, but I haven't been able to see it in their 2019 catalog that I just showed you, so I don't know if this is a current model or not. I just know they were running this Christmas special, and I took them up on it. Simple fact of the matter is this right here is 1/4-inch, 1095 high carbon steel. They make a lot of their knives out of 1095 high carbon steel. They've got a special tempering process, from what I understand. They really know what they're doing with that 1095. Okay. This particular knife right here, as you can see, it's got micarta, a light olive color is what this micarta is, and you can see this, what they call Rocky Mountain treads along there, and it's white lined with some kind of, I'm not sure what that liner is, but this is stuff normally doesn't come on this. What you're seeing here in this camouflage on this 1095 is, on the stock original Anaconda, this stuff wasn't on here. But like I say, this was a Christmas special, And of course, right here you got a full pummel there, and they got a little piece of, some olive drab paracord there. And these notches right here, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to really get into that because these things can be used for a lot of different things. Lifting pots off of stoves and just whatever. There's probably they probably can saw just a little bit, but here it is. I want to make sure that I get this in here. This knife was originally designed by a fellow by the name of Ron Hood. He was he's dead now, but he was an outdoor adventurer, a survivalist, a tactical type guy. In fact, he taught college courses, blah, blah, blah. But he was well known back in the day, and he's the one that designed that, this Ron Hood fellow. In fact, right here on this blade, I know you can't read it, but it says Hood's Woods, because when he retired from teaching college and whatnot, he moved to Idaho, and he got to know the owner of TOPS Knives, and he basically had him build this model right there. But right there is Hood's Woods. I know you probably can't see that, but maybe if I hold this here just long enough, you might be able to grab. There we go. Perfect. I like it when my camera cooperates. And as you can see, you got choiling. There's choiling right here, but you got jimping right here, jimping right there. You got jimping on this handle here. Personally, myself, a lot of the critics on the internet about this knife were complaining that this handle is too big. Look, I neither have great big hands and I don't have small hands. I just got medium hands, but I was really worried that this handle was going to be way too big for me, but it's not. You can grab this thing like this. I don't know if you can see that. You can grab it like this, or you can reach up in here in this choiling and get a hold of it this way and put your thumb right there on that jimping right there. You can grab it like that, or you can grab it back here like this. I think that's the way Ron Hood wanted this knife, so you could grab it several different ways. I find this knife to be very comfortable, even though I haven't taken it outside and batoned with it. I don't believe in all that nonsense. My answer to batoning with a knife is don't do it. Get yourself an axe, or get yourself a hatchet, or get yourself a machete, or whatever have you. I bought this knife simply because it was on sale. I don't own a survival knife. I do now. This knife comes highly recommended to me by my son-in-law. He got himself familiar with this TOPS company, and so there you go with that. I just know retail-wise, this thing's worth about $250 or something, but I got it for $165, slightly customized like I've explained to you, and shipped to my door. So, what else have I got to say about this? Real nice knife. That's all I know. And I give Ron Hood his credit there. And like I say, ladies and gentlemen, it's too bad if some of you folks didn't get in on Tops's Christmas special, but I did anyway. Well, that's really all I've got to say about this. They work with this 10. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to say. This has got a saber grind. Now, I don't own too many knives with saber grind. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm exactly in love with a saber grind, but hey, I don't really care one way or the other, But it does have a saber grind. It is a slight drop point, and you can see the knife. It's got this handle bevel, and the blade goes like this, but it grips very, very well for me, And no, I haven't been outside and batoning things, beating on wood and throwing it or doing whatever, because the winds up here in Livingston, Montana, the last 4 or 5 days have been blowing 40 and 50 miles an hour, and you ain't doing no recording out there. Besides that, I'm just packing this knife along for a survival knife, and I don't intend on beating on it. That's so stupid, these people that beat on knives. I can't believe it. But anyway, I like it. It feels real nice. The company comes highly recommended. This, I might want to take a minute and say that this is probably going to be one of the last knife reviews I ever do, just simply because I've gotten tired. I don't like where the cutlery industry's going. I've done a lot of knife reviews on my channel, and I've never asked for any money. I've never asked to be sponsored or anything like that. But you know what really kills me? I can do a review like this, send a link to the company, just for the heck of it, just say, hey, I'm a nice guy, I reviewed your product like that. You know what happens 9 times out of 10? I don't get one answer back. I don't get a who, boo, or up yours or nothing. As whatever. But anyway, this is an Anaconda 7B done by TOPS. I like it. Simple as that. Okay, that's all I got to say. Oh, and for reference purposes, it's the 22nd of December of 2019 today, okay? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for visiting me here in my home in Livingston, Montana. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you down the trail. Adios, my friends.